Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit anywhere, as if your mind lives on a different wavelength than everyone else's? What if I told you that feeling could be tied to a personality called Sigma INFJ? But before we pin on any label, let's ask, is there really a Sigma INFJ, or is something deeper going on? You may have heard that INFJs are mysterious lone wolves, Sigma personalities who live above social rules. People say Sigma INFJs are aloof, unreachable, almost mythic. But is that really fair to us, or even true? I want to challenge that notion right now. What if your quiet nature has been misunderstood all along? By the end of this video, you'll see the real Sigma INFJ beneath the hype. You'll discover how our minds actually work, why we're often misread by others, and most importantly, how to use our unique strengths in everyday life. If you're an INFJ yourself or know someone who is, stick around. These insights could change how you see yourself or someone you love forever. Debunking the Sigma INFJ myth. So what is a Sigma INFJ anyway? The term blends two ideas. Sigma, a buzzword from internet lore about lone wolves outside the social hierarchy, and INFJ, a Myers-Briggs personality type. Introverted, intuitive, feeling, judging. On social media, people use it to describe an INFJ who's extremely independent or mysterious. But let's be clear, psychology doesn't recognize Sigma as a real personality category. It's an online label, not a scientific one. Imagine a website calling anyone who quietly walks their own path a Sigma. That's basically all it is. A catchy name for someone who marches to the beat of their own drum. There is no official Sigma box you tick. The Sigma label came from discussions about alpha and beta hierarchies, and some picked it up like a fashion. It sounds cool, but it's more pop culture than science. That said, I know the Sigma INFJ label can feel real if you've used it yourself. Maybe you liked how it sounded to say, I'm not an alpha, I'm a Sigma. But we have to ask, why do we need that word? My guess is you're trying to capture feelings, the sense of being independent, empathetic, and quietly powerful. Those feelings are valid, but we can talk about them without the Sigma name. What we will do today is honor the truth of why we feel different. We'll keep the parts that matter, the way INFJs experience the world, and leave behind the internet label. By digging into INFJ traits, psychology research, and even neuroscience, we'll separate myth from meaning. Ready? Let's dive in. True INFJ traits, introverted intuition, or NI. Picture NI as a spotlight in your mind that shines on hidden patterns and possibilities. It's like having a camera that takes pictures of the future before it happens. You don't always see the details in front of you. Instead, you see the bigger picture behind them. For example, maybe you meet a new person and within minutes you just know something about them, their strengths, or maybe a fear they haven't spoken out loud, or you read a few pages of a mystery novel and instantly guess the ending. That's NI working. It's your subconscious brain connecting dots that others might miss. It's not magic, it's a kind of deep pattern-making intuition. Because NI is so future-focused, INFJs often feel like they're somewhere else in their own thoughts. In a room full of people, others might be talking about chores or the weather, but you are mentally planning tomorrow's project or deciphering the deeper meaning in a random conversation. You have gut feelings, hunches, or even vivid dreams that later seem prophetic. It might sound strange, but scientists have found that people with traits like ours often notice subtle patterns in nature or social dynamics that the average person overlooks. Now, NI can feel like a superpower. It gives you vision, creativity, and the ability to predict outcomes. That's the good side. But there's a flip side. It also means everyday details can feel a bit dull or even annoying to you because you're already thinking 10 steps ahead. If someone talks about something you find irrelevant, you might seem impatient. It's not that you're bored of them, your mind is just busy. In the greatest terms, NE makes INFJs very future-oriented and insightful. It's why we often imagine ideal futures or see connections in people's stories. It's like having a quiet encyclopedia in your head that you're constantly drawing from to help yourself and others understand life's mysteries. True INFJ traits, extroverted feeling, FE, explained. Next up, the other pillar of an INFJ's mind is extroverted feeling, or FE. Imagine FE as an emotional radar. While NE scans for future patterns, FE scans the room for feelings. It's a bit like having a lie detector or empathy sensor built in. You naturally pick up on the moods and needs of others around you. If someone in the next room is sad, you might feel a pang of sadness yourself. If people are tense, you might feel it in your gut, even if they haven't said a word. Psychology has something to say about this. There's research on mirror neurons, special brain cells that literally fire when we see someone else experiencing an emotion. It's like your brain is mirroring theirs. Some scientists suggest that people who score high on empathy, often called empaths, have extra active mirror neuron systems. In plain terms, INFJs often feel things so strongly because their brains are wired to reflect the emotions of others. So when your friend is angry or heartbroken, you feel it too. This ability to feel what others feel is a superpower and a challenge. It makes you caring and compassionate. You're the person everyone runs to for comfort because you know just what to say. But it can also be overwhelming. If every bad mood around you is magnified inside, it can drain your energy. Mental health experts actually talk about how empaths need strong boundaries because, yes, we have finely tuned compassion circuits in our brains, but we have to protect ourselves too. Together, NE and FE make an INFJ special, a visionary empath. You see possibilities far off, nigh, and you deeply care about how those possibilities affect people. FE. You understand the feelings behind everyone's story almost by accident. The world might call you mysterious because this combo is rare, but now you know. Your inner workings are a blend of high-powered intuition and deep emotional resonance. There's nothing mystical about it, just powerful personality traits. Why Sigma INFJs are misunderstood. So if INFJs are so insightful and caring, why do people call us Sigma mystic or label us as aloof? Here's the truth. We are often misunderstood simply because we are different from the norm. Consider this. Most cultures and workplaces reward people who are loud, assertive, and social, the stereotypical alpha qualities. Introverts like INFJs operate quietly instead. We process life internally. If there's a meeting, we might sit and listen more than we talk. If there's a party, we might find a quiet corner, watching and reflecting. To an outsider, that can look like we're uninterested or stuck up, but actually we're just observing and recharging. One psychology writer put it perfectly. Introverts and extroverts are like peanut butter and jelly. Different, but both needed. Society often misunderstands that. Sometimes, after being quiet or needing alone time, people assume an INFJ is snobbish or aloof. They might not realize you're simply sensing every subtle detail around you and need to process it. Another reason INFJs get the Sigma tag, we genuinely often don't care about popularity contests or office politics. We aren't trying to climb a social ladder. A Sigma personality theory says lone wolves don't care about hierarchy. And yes, that resonates with INFJs, who focus on personal values instead of status. But here's the trick. Caring about something deeper isn't arrogance. It's just who you are. Being true to yourself, not caring about the crowd, might look Sigma to some people, but it's really just INFJ authenticity. It's also important to remember that INFJs can seem contradictory. We are warm and caring on one hand, yet private and reserved on the other. A friend might know we care because we always help them, but if we don't gush about it, someone else might think we're distant. Why doesn't he ever speak up? Someone might wonder, not knowing our mind is buzzing with ideas, but we're just choosing the right time to share. Sometimes INFJs are called loners. We might not crave a huge circle of friends. In fact, research on highly sensitive people, another term for people like us, shows that being around too many people or too much noise can physically exhaust us. We notice everything: background conversations, the flicker of a light, the smell of rain, and it adds up. That's why a large party can feel overwhelming. It's too many inputs for a hypersensitive brain. If that leads us to prefer one-on-one conversations or evenings at home, others might mislabel us as shy or antisocial, but really, we're just protecting our sensitive processing. So yes, INFJs are sometimes mislabeled. We're not aloof because we think we're better. We're simply on a different wavelength. We're not intimidating on purpose. It's just that we notice things others might miss, which can make our insights seem scary smart. We're not uninterested in people. In fact, we deeply care, but we care quietly, not with fireworks. Once people learn this, they usually realize there's nothing odd about us, just unique. The subtle, meaningful impact of INFJs, even if our style is quiet, make no mistake, INFJs leave meaningful footprints wherever they go. Think of it this way: a flame doesn't need to roar to be seen. A single candle can light up a room. That's the INFJ way. Because we're tuned into others' emotions, we often become the confidant or advisor without trying. Someone might come to you upset, and before you speak, they feel understood. Your words later might inspire them or change how they see themselves. That influence might seem small, but to that person, it can be life-changing. Research in psychology shows that people with high empathy, like INFJs, are great at resolving conflicts and making others feel connected. In group projects or families, an INFJ might notice tension rising and calmly steer the conversation to harmony, maybe just by asking a thoughtful question or cracking a gentle joke. That's not flashy, but it keeps the peace and builds trust. Think also about creativity. Many INFJs channel NI and FE into art, writing, or social causes. Our stories or ideas often highlight the human condition: a friend's blog post about feeling misunderstood, a piece of art about hope, or quietly volunteering where it's needed. These actions often stay under the radar, but they ripple out. The blog might comfort thousands of readers, or one act of kindness might inspire others to do the same. Here's another real-life sense of impact. Consider famous INFJs. Some psychologists list Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr. as possible INFJs. They change the world not by being loud, but by standing firmly for their ideals. You might not be aiming to change the world, but in your own circle, your consistent kindness and vision set examples. Just as Gandhi's quiet determination inspired millions, your steady compassion can inspire friends and family in small but significant ways. So yes, you might feel unnoticed at times, but in truth, you're a quiet catalyst. The way you stabilize a group or comfort a friend or pioneer a kind idea, these are subtle, but they echo. One kind word from you might keep a friend going. One idea you share might help a project succeed. Your impact is subtle, but profoundly real. Practical takeaways for INFJs, Sigma or not, to remember: honor your nature. You don't have to force yourself to fit the loudest mold. It's okay to skip a party in favor of a night of rest or reflection. In fact, self-care is vital for you. Neuroscience tells us that introverts, like you, can physically get drained by too much external stimulation. Give yourself permission to recharge. Remember, even the quietest stream needs calm banks. Use your insight intentionally. You have incredible intuition and empathy. Keep a journal or a voice memo of your thoughts. Sometimes our brains have so much swirling inside that writing it down helps. Your perspectives are valuable. If you have a vision or a solution, don't keep it locked away. Share it in whatever way feels safe: a heartfelt talk, a private message, or creative medium. Set healthy boundaries. Being kind does not mean being a doormat. Studies on empathic people highlight the risk of burnout. If someone is overly demanding your emotional energy, it's okay to step back politely. Saying, "I need a moment," or "let's talk later," is not cold. It's wisdom. Boundaries help you preserve your gift of empathy. Seek deeper connections. You thrive on authenticity. Nurture friendships that go beyond small talk. Find those who value sincere conversations or quiet understanding. Remember, one real friend who gets you is worth more than 100 acquaintances. For friends and family of INFJs, be patient and genuine. An INFJ might not blurt out feelings, but that doesn't mean they don't care. Show you appreciate them by listening closely. If they're quiet, give them space without prying, and maybe open up yourself. They often respond by sharing more once they trust you. Validate their perspective. Recognize the depth behind their words. When an INFJ shares an opinion, they've likely thought it through. Take it seriously. Encourage them. If they say, "I feel something big about this," ask gentle questions and thank them for telling you. Respect their need for solitude. Don't take it personally if they need alone time. If an INFJ friend declines plans or goes silent, reassure them that it's okay. A quick message like, "Hey, just wanted to say I'm here when you feel like talking," can mean a lot. Encourage their growth. INFJs often set high standards for themselves and can be their own critic. Compliment their strengths, creativity, compassion, wisdom, authentically. If they seem hesitant, gently remind them that their perspectives matter. So, what is the truth behind the Sigma INFJ label? The truth is this: underneath any trendy tag lives a real, complex person. You may have resonated with Sigma because it sounds cool, but in the end, it was just a word. Who you really are goes much deeper. You're an INFJ, a person with a rich inner world, a compassionate heart, and a quiet strength. That alone is enough. You don't need a buzzword to define yourself. Think about what you've learned here. Maybe you feel relieved to know you're not a mystery to fix, but a sensitive, intuitive person, and that's completely normal. Or maybe you see an INFJ you know in a new light. This introspection is important. If anything in this video resonated with you, if you recognized yourself as that quiet lake with an ocean inside, or if you understood a friend better, please share your thoughts below. What's one thing you want others to know about being an INFJ or someone with deep sensitivity? Let's keep the conversation going. And if you found this helpful or eye-opening, share it with others who might feel misunderstood. Hit like if you want more deep dives into personality and psychology. And don't forget to subscribe so we can explore more together. Every share, comment, and new subscriber helps our community grow. It's a subtle ripple, but together we make waves. Remember, your quiet voice still echoes. You may walk a path unseen, but you are never truly alone. Thank you for watching and for being part of this journey. Keep embracing your depth, and I'll see you in the next video.